Good morning, and today we're going to be talking about Handpicked by Seller and Etsy's creativity standards. And this is kind of a weird one because this has things in it that could also be in other categories. So I think that there are items that you might think should be in this category, but they really belong in other ones. So let's take a look. I'm going to read this as literally as possible. And, actually, before I get started, I've had people in the comments, this is a series of videos going over the new creativity standards. I've had people in comments saying, why don't you just contact Etsy support? Because I did, and this is what they told me. Well, Etsy support is sitting in a room somewhere in a call center. They don't know the answers. These are new rules. They apparently have not been told the new rules because they're quoting old rules to people and then sending people to pages with the new rules. I had a person in one of my questions say, this is what they told me. I asked them the same question. They told me something else. You cannot take Etsy. I hate to say this. You can't take Etsy support as being right. You just can't. And Etsy support sitting at the call center are not the people who are taking listings down. So you need to really kind of do your own due diligence here. Don't rely on someone on the other end of a phone line who does not know the answer. But they're going to tell you the answer to get you off their back. Don't rely on that answer. It's not reliable. And the thing is that we don't really know how far Etsy is going to go with this and what the limits are to some of this stuff until they start taking listings down. There's a seller in the comments of one of my videos about this saying that they just took her whole shop down. And she makes her stuff. Her stuff is compliant. So there's no reason that her listing should have been taken down. But it's being done by bots. So please don't rely on Etsy support for answers to this. You're going to have to just read the rules and interpret them as closely as you can to what the words actually say. The problem is that we're dealing with Etsy's definition of things, and that could be different from yours. But just don't go in there and try to bend the rules to your liking, because it's not going to end well probably. All right, so let's go on over to the Handpicked by Seller category. This includes vintage items, items from nature, and certain collections of items that a seller personally selected and curated for sale. Now, this is the gift basket category that they're talking about, personally selected and curated, and that gives you a lot of leeway. But how much leeway you want to, how far do you want to push that? How far do you want to test that out? And some people have more risk tolerance than I do. I personally am very risk averse. I don't want to have my listings taken down. I'm not willing to push it. But we're going to go through that, and you can decide for yourself how far you want to try to take that to see if Etsy starts taking your listings down. That's up to you. Okay, so the first thing in this category is vintage items. This is pretty straightforward. Vintage items are items that are 20 or more years old and that the seller personally curated or collected. Okay, so this is stuff that you have in your possession. However you curated or collected it, you bought it at a yard sale, you bought it at an estate sale, you've owned it, but it is 20 or more years old. You can sell that on Etsy in the vintage category. Okay, now it has to comply with the other policies of Etsy. You can't go in and sell something that's illegal to be sold on Etsy just because it's vintage. But as long as it complies with all the other Etsy policies, and it has to be more than 20 years old, 20 years old or more. Okay, it can't be 5 years old, it can't be 10, 20 or more. And Etsy can ask you for more specifics about a specific item. But it's more likely that they'll just take the listing down and then you have to prove that it's vintage later. So things like this are, we know what vintage is, right? And for this, I have an example. I have examples for everything. This is a little vintage dollhouse chair that I used in another video. Is the chair vintage? Not really, because I just put it together. But is the kit vintage? Yes, it's upside down. The kit is vintage. So if I did not put these together, I could be selling the kit as a vintage item, okay? Because this is from the 80s. It says here it's from the 80s. So this is the nuance thing. If you put the chairs together, are they still vintage? I don't know if Etsy considers that vintage or not. And if you did put them together, then you've kind of thrown that into a different category, which would be something that you assembled. And that gets tricky too. But the kit itself would be legal to sell on Etsy because it is a vintage item. You have not messed with it. It is exactly as it was, and it's more than 20 years old, so that's good. The next section is a little tricky. Items from nature. One-of-a-kind natural items that the seller personally found or cultivated, as long as they are permitted by our policies for plants and wildlife products. Then it says the item may have been mounted, potted, polished, or sliced for collection, display, or cultivation, so long as it was formed organically rather than man-made. All right, now this isn't really that tricky, but the only reason that it is tricky is that you can also have things like this. This specific category would include things like seashells. They say a rock, a geode, a shell, a fossil, plant or plant starts, and dried flowers. That's all pretty clear. That's all from nature. It's all organic. But what if you have beads that are gemstones that have holes in them or that are cut to be mounted, and you were going to sell them as supplies? Are you supposed to put them in here, or are you supposed to put them in the craft supplies category? If they're supposed to be used to make something else, then you put them in craft supplies. If they're supposed to be used for display or ornamentation and that kind of thing, then it comes in this handpicked by a seller. So this is something that you might have to kind of do some thinking on to see what category it goes in. I have this fine specimen here. And if you're not familiar with what the heck this is a turkey claw. My daughter got this for me at the punk rock flea market. And it's a mascot on my other YouTube channel. So if you're not on my other YouTube channel, you're probably going, what the hell is that? But okay, that's fine. This probably would be in the handmade category, because I doubt that the person who got this turkey claw has a turkey. They might, I don't know. They might have a turkey farm. If they went out to their turkey farm and got the claw from the poor turkey that gave its life for your dinner, then this is handpicked by a seller, because it could be mounted and they personally found or cultivated it. Okay, it's creepy, but it's a good example for this. And taxidermy on Etsy is weird. There are some types of taxidermy that are under the mature category, so you need to go check that out if you're selling this specifically. But if the person found or cultivated the turkey claw themselves, then it would go into this category, handpicked by seller, because it says they could be potted, mounted, polished, or it's for display. So that would be in the handpicked by a seller category. Very weird. Or you could just say it was handmade by a seller, because this is a raw material that was made using no tools. It's just a screw in here. It's not super high quality. So this is what I'm saying, that there's a little bit of like questionable, where should this go kind of stuff with this. But I think as I'm reading this is my reading of it, is that if you are finding things in nature that are meant to be used as is for display, or like if one of the examples is a vase of dried flowers, you just put that on a table, you display it, right? The customer isn't going to do anything else with them. They're just going to use them as is to put in their home. I'm not displaying this in my home, but it's for, whatever. But that's items from nature. That goes in this category. Okay. Let's move on to gift baskets. Now, if you sell gift baskets, I know that they take time to put together. You don't have to get all defensive with me in the comments. But the fact of the matter is that people can legally sell gift baskets on Etsy without having anything handmade in them, without having any, and you know this to be true. If you make gift baskets, you know this to be true. They could have things in there that are just low quality, and Etsy allows it. Okay, so if you're a person that makes a lot of gift baskets that are nice, you shouldn't be super happy with this category. But yeah, I mean, it's letting you sell things, but you also know that there's a lot of abuse on here. And if you want to argue with me about there being abuse on there, I don't think you're paying attention. But gift baskets are, as Etsy defines it, an assortment of different types of items that the seller personally selected and creatively packaged to create a new unique set. Okay, so you have to personally select things and you have to creatively package them. It doesn't say anything about making things. It doesn't say anything about you having to be creative in any way as far as the creation of the things in it. So there's no specific rule about handmade things in it. Now, I know on Goimagine, they can do gift baskets if the primary thing in it is something that you made by hand. So there's a little extra level to that there. On Etsy, they don't have that restriction. Okay, the next part of this says gift baskets must have a clear theme that ties together a variety of different types of items that were individually selected by the seller. Okay, so you have to have different items. You can't just put 20 rocks in something and call it the pet rock gift basket. Okay, you have to have different types of items. And that is one way around. I think that's one way that Etsy is trying to prevent people from abusing this. Okay. It says generic concepts such as candy, clothes, or mystery boxes with unknown contents or containing a single type of item in bulk do not qualify as gift basket themes. So you cannot take a whole bunch of little 3D printed figures, because we were talking about this in another thread, and throw them into a basket and call it a gift basket. It has to be different things. Okay. Sellers must list every item contained in a curated gift basket or box in the listing description. Okay, so my example for this, and I had this is a really good book. If you don't have, I'll put the link to this in the description. This is a good book. But I have this book. I just picked it up off the shelf over there to use for this example. And I'm like, okay, this may or may not be vintage. I want to sell it, and I'm not sure if it's old enough. And I think it is. If it's more than 20 years old, you can sell it as a vintage item. Okay, so that would go in this category, vintage. I'm going to take this basket, I'm going to put it in the basket, and now I'm going to get some pencils, I'm going to get some little notepads, I'm going to get some other stuff that's related to organization, and I'm going to call it the Organization Lovers Gift Basket. That would be Etsy legal. If it's different items, you can't put the same thing. I can't put 12 books in there, right? If it's different items of different types and it has a theme, then it's a legal gift basket on Etsy. And you can list it in this category. So if you are someone who's thinking, well, I'm just going to get around the restriction over here by putting it all in a basket, it's tempting, but you can't do it that way. But if you throw in a few different things, then maybe you can, just saying. But this is the category that is a little weird, and you have to decide for yourself how much risk you're willing to take. And that's what I'm saying. I personally am not very I don't like to take a lot of risks. I see the rule here. I'm not going to try to twist it to my liking. It says you can't put any, like a single type of item in bulk. You have to, the rules are right there. It's right in front of your face. So read it and decide if you want to go with that. And let's just go through real quick. The following are examples of items that do not qualify as handpicked by a seller. Okay, so resold commercially available items that are newer than 20 years old. So it has to be 20. That's what I'm saying with the vintage. Even if the item is designed to appear vintage. Okay, vintage is 20 or more years. Things that are resold commercially, like resold commercially available gift baskets. Or so that you can't go to the store and buy a gift basket, then resell it on Etsy. You can't do that. Or gift baskets with a single item type or from a single commercial brand, as opposed to a collection of different item types selected and creatively packaged by the seller. So you can't take 12 bags of chips from the same. People do this. You can't, the snack baskets. You can't just put one kind of thing in there from one maker and call it a gift basket. You have to be a little more creative. They're trying to make people be creative. This is just a loophole category, and I think a lot of people abuse it, and they know that. Okay, and then you cannot sell resold items from nature. And their example is bulk landscape rocks resold from Home Depot. Now, yeah, landscape rocks are nature, it's natural items, it's items from nature, but they're not one-of-a-kind natural items that the seller personally found or cultivated. Okay, and maybe you did find them at Home Depot, but it says resold items from nature. If you bought it somewhere, you can't resell it. You have to personally pick it up yourself. And I used this example before. I bought acorn caps from someone once on Etsy. I assume they're out in their yard picking up acorn caps. Okay, I could be wrong. They could be buying them from somewhere. But if you're going to sell things from nature, you're supposed to collect them yourself. You're supposed to be on the beach looking for shells. You're supposed to be out in your yard looking for acorn caps. So that's something that you need to take into account if you are considering selling in this category. And I would say that if you're selling in this category, you really should look at the made by a seller category too, and maybe the crafts category, because there's a lot of crossover in both of these. I will put the link to that video, or to I'll put the link to one of the videos up. I think it's the made by seller. I'll put it up here or wherever. But you need to read that policy also, because you might miss things, and it might be in the wrong category. If you have, for example, the turkey claw, this might be a made by seller item as opposed to a handpicked by seller. It just depends on the situation. So give this video a thumbs up, watch for my other videos in the series, and I will talk to you later.